Chapter 2, Filing of Applications and Examination on Filing. Welcome to your Euro Patent Brief Journey with Baris. We'll now explore what happens if you need to file missing parts of your application or correct erroneously filed documents. These sections are crucial because they deal with potential issues that could arise after your initial filing. Section 5, Late filing of missing drawings or missing parts of the description. What happens if you miss something? Even after careful preparation, it's possible to realize that parts of your application, like drawings or sections of the description, are missing. The EPO has procedures for handling this, but timing and accuracy are critical. 1. Filing missing parts upon invitation, Rule 56 and Rule 56A. The invitation. If the EPO notices that parts of your description or drawings are missing during the examination on filing, they will invite you to submit the missing parts. You'll have 2 months from the date of the communication to file these missing parts. Consequences of no response. If you don't respond to the invitation within the set time, the EPO will deem all references to the missing parts deleted. This could seriously affect the scope of your patent, as key details might be excluded. Pause here. Think about how crucial it is to respond promptly to such an invitation. Why is it important to file missing parts within the given time frame? 2. Filing missing parts without invitation, Rule 56(2) and Rule 56A(2). On your own initiative. You don't need to wait for the EPO to invite you to submit missing parts. If you realize that parts of your description or drawings are missing, you can file them within 2 months of the original filing date on your own initiative. Importance of timing. If you fail to file the missing parts within this period, any references to them in your application will be deemed deleted. Missing this deadline can result in your application being incomplete and possibly rejected. Take a moment to consider why it might be better to proactively correct such mistakes. How could this affect your application success? 3. Changes to the filing date. Filing date adjustment. If you submit missing parts or drawings after your initial filing, the filing date will change to the date when the EPO receives these parts. This could affect your priority claim and the overall timeline of your application. Exception to date change. There's an important exception if the missing parts are fully contained in a priority application you've already filed, and you request that these parts be based on the priority document, your original filing date might be preserved. However, this is subject to strict criteria and deadlines. Pause here. Reflect on the implications of a filing date change. How might this impact your patent's validity or priority? 4. Conditions for avoiding a filing date change. Criteria. To avoid a filing date change, you must file the missing parts within the applicable time limit, claim priority from a previously filed application, and ensure the missing parts are entirely contained within the priority document. Supporting documentation. You'll need to provide a certified copy of the priority application and a translation, if necessary. The missing parts must match exactly with what was in the priority application. Reflect here. Why is it essential to ensure that the missing parts are identical to those in the priority document? Section 6, Correction of erroneously filed application documents or parts. What if you filed the wrong documents? Mistakes happen, and sometimes the wrong documents or incorrect parts of your application might get filed. The EPO provides ways to correct these errors, but again, timing and accuracy are crucial. 1. Correction on invitation, Rule 56A. EPO invitation. If the EPO notices that the wrong documents or parts have been filed, they'll invite you to submit the correct documents. You have 2 months from the date of the communication to make the correction. No response. If you fail to respond within this period, the incorrect documents remain as part of your application. This could significantly impact the scope and validity of your patent. Pause and think. How might leaving incorrect documents in your application affect your patent's chances of being granted? 2. Correction without invitation, Rule 56A, 3. Proactive correction. You can correct erroneously filed documents or parts without waiting for an invitation from the EPO. This needs to be done within 2 months of the original filing date. Filing date impact. Just like with missing parts, if you correct documents after the initial filing, your filing date will change to the date the correct documents are received by the EPO, unless the corrected parts match those in a priority document. Reflect here. Why is it important to address errors in your filing as soon as you notice them? 3. Avoiding a filing date change for corrections. Criteria. To keep your original filing date, after correcting documents, the corrected parts must be fully contained in a priority application. You must also provide a certified copy of the priority document, and if needed, a translation. Exact match required. The corrected documents must exactly match the priority document's content to avoid a change in the filing date. Take a moment to think about the consequences of not meeting these criteria. What might happen if the corrected parts don't match the priority document exactly? 4. Withdrawal of incorrect documents or parts. One last chance. If you correct documents and the filing date changes, you have 1 month from the EPO's communication to withdraw the corrections to keep your original filing date. If you withdraw the corrections, the original, incorrect documents stay in the file, but the filing date remains unchanged. Reflect here. Why might you choose to withdraw corrected documents, even if it means keeping errors in your application? Recap and reflection. We've covered a lot today about dealing with missing parts and correcting errors in your application. If parts of your description or drawings are missing, you must file them quickly to avoid losing them from your application. Correcting erroneously filed documents is possible, but it must be done promptly to avoid a change in your filing date. In both cases, there are strict criteria for maintaining your original filing date, especially when relying on a priority application. Pause and take this in. These procedures are safeguards, but they come with strict timelines and requirements. Understanding them is crucial for successfully navigating the patent application process. Next steps. In our next session, we'll cover more advanced topics, including what happens if your application is deemed to have deficiencies and how to request re-establishment of rights. We'll also look into further details of the examination process. For now, take a deep breath and review today's material. You're making excellent progress. Keep up the great work. Remember, the key to mastering these details is consistent practice and review. Thank you for your continued dedication. See you in the next session.